Shrimp and grits. It's a dish I grew to love while living in Charleston, South Carolina years ago. This is a dish I respect, so it's important to me that it's made well. Let's get cooking. To make the grits, which we'll be cooking while we make the shrimp component, we first melt 1 tablespoon of butter in a medium saucepan over medium heat. Then add the grits and cook, stirring often until fragrant, about 3 minutes. We then add milk, water, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Then, we increase our heat to medium-high and bring it to a boil. Once boiling, we reduce the heat to low, cover, and simmer whisking often until thick and creamy, which takes about 25 minutes. After the time elapses, we remove the pot from the heat and stir in 2 tablespoons of butter and season with salt and pepper to taste. We then cover to keep them warm while we finish up the rest of the dish. My recipe uses diced green bell peppers. Like a typical mirepoix you might find with carrots, celery, and onion, in the South, green bell peppers are often used in lieu of carrots. For that reason, I like to use them here. Although we don't use the aforementioned onions or celery, the peppers add what I think is the needed flavor and texture. Before getting to the shrimp and bacon, I cut the cheeks or the sides of a large lemon and squeeze out the juice. When you cut just the side of citrus like lemons or limes, you don't have the center pithy part and it's much easier to extract the juice. Another required ingredient, bacon, is now cut into strips or roughly diced. Beside the smoky flavor, the bacon fat will provide much of the needed fat for the gravy we'll be making. When you're picking out shrimp, try to get large shrimp, and if you're using frozen, which I often have to, try to find ones which haven't been injected with any weird preservatives. The only ingredient on the package should be shrimp if you can help it. Also, for this recipe, you need the shells. Get about 1.5 pounds, and when thawed, peel them and reserve them and their shells in 2 separate bowls. Finally, if the shrimp still have a poop vein, using a paring knife, slice along the shrimp lengthwise, making a small incision. With the same knife, you can remove the vein. I know it's gross, but so is eating it. To make the stock, first we melt 1 tablespoon of butter in a heavy-bottomed pot or skillet over medium heat. Add the shrimp shells and cook, stirring occasionally until the shells are spotty brown, about 7 minutes. We then stir in some tomato paste for body and cook for 30 seconds. Then we add water and bring it to a boil. Once at a boil, we reduce the heat to low, cover, and let simmer for 5 minutes. Next, we strain the shrimp stock through a fine mesh strainer set over a bowl, pressing on the solids to extract as much liquid as possible, and then discard the shells. You should have about 1.5 cups of stock. If not, you can add more water if necessary to equal 1.5 cups. Then wipe out the pot or pan you're using with a towel. In the now empty pan, we cook the bacon over medium-low heat until crisp, about 7 to 9 minutes. We increase the heat to medium-high and stir in the shrimp, garlic, a large pinch of salt, and pepper. Cook the shrimp until the edges are just beginning to turn pink but not overcooked, about 2 minutes. We now transfer the shrimp mixture to a bowl. I'd say about half the classic southern dishes like this have a step like this which brings it all together. We melt butter in the same pan over medium heat. Next comes some flour and we cook for 1 minute. Slowly, we then whisk in our shrimp stock until incorporated. Bring that to a boil, reduce the heat to medium-low, and then simmer until thickened slightly, about 5 more minutes. Now is where all your hard work pays off. Stir in the shrimp mixture, cover, and cook until the shrimp are cooked through, about 3 more minutes. Off heat, we stir in the lemon juice, some hot sauce, and about 1 tablespoon of butter. Finally, we season with salt and pepper to taste. It's now time to serve up. I found some dinner bowls a little over a year ago, and I love them for this. We spoon in about a cup of our warm grits and then generously add as much of the shrimp and gravy as you'd like. For garnish, sprinkle over the top with scallions and maybe another squeeze of lemon juice. And make sure you bring that bottle of hot sauce with you to the dinner table. I really try not to criticize the shrimp and grits I find out here on the West Coast too often. It's never terrible, it's just way off the mark usually. I think maybe 1 in 20 times it'll kind of resemble shrimp and grits. If you've never had real shrimp and grits, I beg you to follow this recipe without any variation, no matter how hard that may be for you. It'll be worth it, I promise. Thanks again for sticking around this long. If you like what you saw, you can find the full recipe on our website, recipesrecommended.com. Also, please let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you have a recipe you think we should make, send us a message and we'll check it out. We may also make a video. We thank you for joining us, and please don't forget, great minds eat alike.
I eat 2 and 4 you for breakfast.